Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Chris at Dentless Touch, back again with another paintless dent repair video. This time around, we have, I believe it's a 2018 Hyundai Sonata. Just crazy damage on the fender, blown out the edge. Let me just show you. So I have a super busy day. I'm gonna hopefully try to go over everything that I normally go over in every videos with the tools and my process and all that good stuff. But just to give you my initial thoughts of this repair, since the edge is blown out, I am going to have to figure that one out. Obviously I've done that before. Also need to figure out how the Hyundai Sonata's metal is, because the old Hyundais were horrible. The new Hyundais I heard were better, but Hyundai is actually like a pioneer of this ultra high strength steel, which creates just a huge problem for the PDR industry and honestly any PDR tech. It just requires a lot more time to do damage like this. So once I get in there, see how the metal is moving. I haven't worked on these cars in the past, honestly, not this body style. I do a lot of BMWs, Mercedes, and stuff like that. So these cars, I just don't do. I'm not familiar with it. But anyway, perfect access. Obviously, just bring the wheel liner down and the fender liner, I think they call it, and you can just get as much access as you want for that. So access is not going to be a problem. Now, so the tools that I'm going to use, I'm going to use some interchangeable tip tools, which is the Ultra set that I have, especially the 24-inch will probably work good with a big rubber ball, the dent craft ball. Also probably use the dent dowel 22 heavy. I enjoy using the dent dowel. Obviously you know that it's a flat bar, so the stability that I will get and just the leverage off the tire will be way better than a rod. So I'm actually looking forward to using the dent dowel on this repair, especially their tips. Their tip, and I'll show you in the video, he has some special tips that helps you push on the very edge. So I'll show you some of that in the video. Let's get started. So I just thought about this, but I think I'm gonna compare the CarePoint flat bar with the dent dowel 22 heavy. Just my initial comparison here, the dent dowel is thicker, and also the CarePoint is not as magnetic as the dent dowel. So maybe the nickel content, or I don't know if you guys have any type of background in that, but this is not as magnetic as the dent dowel. So obviously the dent dowel looks so primitive, but it works. There are other uses for the dent dowel that this can't even dream to do, but I will try to compare it on the sense of a flat bar and see if you guys can actually use the dent dowel as a flat bar or the CarePoint, just how it can compare. I think that's what makes the dent dowel so unique, is how versatile that it is. So, but CarePoint is 125 bucks, I believe. At least that's what it was in the show. So I want to say thank you to Dave Stream from Edgy Tools. He actually gifted me this. It was something that he could not fit in his bag, and I happened to be at the right spot at the right time. and he said, I can't carry it all with me. If you have another bag and you want it, it's yours. So totally forgot to pick this up, but kudos to Dave, Stream, thank you. Now I can use it and review it. Thank you. So this is the first 10 minutes of working on this damage. Let me show you. Doesn't look bad at all, but probably another 2 to 3 hours worth of work. Alright guys, so we are finally at the point where we need to attack this edge. I have an idea, kind of like a dolly behind it. Since the paint is already blown out, I'm going to heat it up so that there is no more damage, but it's already rusting and stuff like that. Again, it won't show from the outside of the car. Obviously the busted edge is underneath. I did let the customer know. We're going to touch it up with some black, a little rust fighter, stuff like that to kind of preserve the paint as much as possible. But I'm going to show you what it looks like right now, and then I'm going to attack the edge and show you how, kind of a method that I was thinking about, just because I was just at a body shop the other day. He used like a little dolly and a hammer, and that's what we're going to use on this repair. But let me show you what it looks like right now. So, let me show you what it looks like. Anyway, we'll talk a little bit about this tool. This curvature allows you to get right on the very edge. It's only a dent dowel tip. At least that's that's the only tip that I've seen that is angled like this. So that's the tip that I use for the very edges. If you've watched my previous video, I'll leave a little link right over here. If you watched my previous video where I was doing the BMW kick dent fender, that edge was so tight, the way the factory kind of rolls it, it doesn't allow any access for this tool. So anyway, I wasn't able to use it for that repair. I needed to use the tool that you saw in the video, which is more of an upholstery tool, but it worked. It's a little thinner than what we have here. The reason why I'm putting the nut on is so I can angle it the correct way. And a lot of times I don't even grab my tools. I kind of get it, snug it, and then Alright, just finished up the repair on this Hyundai, and I want to show you the tools that I use. Again, in the beginning of the video, I was trying to compare the dent dowel compared to the CarePoint flat bar. So let me give you some insight on that. The dent dowel was probably my tool of choice for this repair. It just had more, I guess, more power. It just was a stiffer tool. And again, the thickness of the tools were, there's a difference there. Now the CarePoint tool had that bend, that kind of like 45-degree bend that they run. I can't get the dent dowel to get to that kind of angle, but now that played a huge role towards the beginning because I just had the perfect angle to actually repair that dent with the kind of like the big round 1-inch balls that Dentcraft sell. So keeping both of them in your arsenal, you'll probably benefit. Again, the dent dowel, it's kind of an unfair comparison. The dent dowel is used for just a bunch of different things, so it's not whether you should buy either or. It's really just, you know, as a flat bar, which one perform better. And I honestly, unfortunately, I can only say about 50-50. If I had the CarePoint tool, I probably, definitely want to go back to some of my double bend tools to repair that, and I actually had to. You probably saw it in a video. So on the dent dowel, it also has disadvantages. I couldn't quite get at the lower part of that damage, right below the body line, because of that sharp 90-degree angle once you put the tips on too. So again, each one of them have their disadvantages and advantages, and it's always best to probably run both of those tools. So let's get on and let me show you the finished repair, guys. So guys, that's the end of the video. I want to thank you for joining me through this entire repair. I greatly appreciate all the positive feedback. Leave a comment below of how you would possibly attack this damage, and we'll try to get the chat going and the comment section going here. If you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video, guys. Peace.